Comic book movies are some of the most popular movies to watch these days. Even if you aren't into comic books, the visuals, acting, dialogue, and storyline are usually worth the watch. When trailers are released for upcoming new movies, it is hard not to get excited, especially for those who have keen eyes and look for Easter eggs that the average viewer might overlook. Check out this list we've made for you. You may see some things you missed. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our notification squad to watch other content from our channel. Can you guess which movie these emojis are hinting at? Stay tuned to find out at the end of the video. Now, let's get started. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Guardians of the Galaxy was a huge commercial success, and fans couldn't wait for the sequel to be released in 2017. If you were one of those that was super excited to see the movie, you probably watched the trailer. There happened to be some Easter eggs which we are going to share with you. As you know, a massive part of the first film was the soundtrack. The songs played in the trailers were hints towards it being the same way in the second film as well. Something pretty hilarious you see from the trailer is Baby Groot riding on Rocket's shoulder, which in the first film, the role was reversed. Also on Baby Groot, you could notice he was wearing a little Ravager suit with the little logo showing on his arm. We also got to see the character Mantis, a former member of the Avengers who is generally green, but for kind of obvious reasons they changed her skin tone. Otherwise, there would be too many green characters. Gamora's green, Drax is kind of green, and the Hulk is sure to cross paths with the Guardians at some point as well. What's your take on Volume 2? Logan. Logan starred Hugh Jackman and was released in 2017, marked the final movie in the Wolverine franchise due to the fact that Hugh Jackman said he was through. Logan is far from his prime and is close to 197 years old during the film. In case you missed the Easter eggs in the trailer, you can see them now. The water tank that Professor X is living inside of looks like it was modeled after Cerebro. If you're a comic book fan, you could deduce that the bad guys chasing after Logan are the Reavers, a group of villains that augment their bodies using cybernetics. Also, you can speculate that the little girl in the movie is X-23. We also see Logan's hands shaking, and due to his old age, this could be nerve damage and his quick healing dwindling. The song Hurt, originally performed by 9 Inch Nails and then covered by Johnny Cash, is another indication of what the movie is like. It's a song about trying to live with depression. Logan has been through a lot throughout the X-Men universe, and he has resorted to drinking to help him dull the pain. What did you all think of Logan? Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War was one of the biggest commercial successes of 2016. Marvel did a great job of hyping up the film by releasing Easter egg-filled trailers. The movie itself was full of Marvel heroes, and we were introduced to 2 new characters in the form of Spider-Man and Black Panther. In the trailers, we were given a sneak peek at Black Panther's vibranium-based suit. If you weren't aware already, vibranium is a nearly indestructible metal that is native to Wakanda. The suit in the movie was very similar to that in the comics. When Spider-Man appeared in the final trailer, fans everywhere were ecstatic. We learned a lot about how this Spider-Man would be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tom Holland, who portrays the new Spider-Man, actually sounds and looks like a teenager who could be in high school. Spidey's suit was also something to keep an eye on. It has animated eyes, unlike what we have seen from prior Spider-Man movies. Another Easter egg you may have missed was when we catch a glimpse of the team who may be after Bucky Barnes. If you look really closely, you can see that Crossbones, aka Brock Rumlow, the man who turned out to be a part of Hydra in Winter Soldier. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, released in 2016, was one of those movies that was hard to tell how good of a movie it was going to be, especially for those who are casual superhero fans and may not have known much about him prior. Luckily, the casting in the trailers helped get people excited for the film. The trailers also revealed some fun Easter eggs. If you haven't read any of the comics but seen the movie, this may shed some more light on a couple of things about Doctor Strange. One of the books shown in the trailer, known as the Book of Vishanti, is one of the 2 most important books known to mankind. In the trailer, we see Dr. Stephen Strange pick up and use the book. We also got to see a glimpse of the magical cloak he wears, known as the Cloak of Levitation. Another Easter egg we see, which is kind of hard to spot, is the Avengers Tower, when the city begins to fold in on itself. We also see the Crimson Bands of Cyttotrack when he fights Karkilius. They are tentacle-style bands that Doctor Strange uses to entrap opponents. How many of you enjoyed this movie?
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Suicide Squad. As with most comic book-based films, when the news of Suicide Squad was going to make it on the big screen, there were a lot of people excited. The studio was kind enough to release trailers that were released with teasers and Easter eggs. Something always fun to watch hype the movie. To notice one Easter egg, you have to know part of the Joker's backstory. It is when he fell into a vat of chemicals to retrieve Harley Quinn. These are the same chemicals that altered his hair color, lips, skin complexion, and caused him to go insane. There is another Easter egg to see if you turn up your brightness during one of the opening shots. If you notice, on the shot of the prison cell block is the motto "Firm but Fair" written on a beam. The prison is probably far from that and looks like a pretty terrible place to be locked up. The book that Harley Quinn is reading is also something to take note of. It is another thing that is hard to see, but she is reading a Harlequin romance novel. The book itself is a story about an uptight, straight-laced woman who meets a risk-taking, chaotic man who shows her how to let loose. Sounds a little bit like her own relationship with Mr. J, right? Wonder Woman. When Wonder Woman was released in 2017, there was a lot riding on the future of DC franchise. Not only because it was the first lead role for a woman in a superhero movie, but because Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad garnered mixed reviews. In case you missed the Easter eggs in the Wonder Woman trailers, we'll fill you in. Before the film's release, there was speculation about how Steve Trevor would appear in the film. From the original trailer, it was sort of obvious if you know much about military history. He was wearing a German medal, informally referred to as the Blue Max, and a German pilot's uniform. Etta Candy, Wonder Woman's best friend, was also introduced. The movie was set around World War I, but neither Steve Trevor or Etta Candy were technically from that era in the comics. Also, seeing the shield in the trailer made us realize that she isn't bulletproof like Superman. Some versions of Wonder Woman are. We also saw that Wonder Woman retained her lasso, the lasso of truth, which is very famous. Her sword and shield, however, were a completely different design. Are you all excited for Wonder Woman's return in the new Justice League movie? Spider-Man: Homecoming. Balancing the regular of issues of being in high school and also living a life as a superhero is something that Spider-Man: Homecoming focuses on. Girls, awkwardness, and of course, hiding that fact that he's Spider-Man. The trailers gave us a lot to look forward to before the movie was released on July 7th, 2017. There is one Easter egg that is kind of hard to spot in the first trailer, but maybe you saw it. It is when Peter is in class watching footage of his battle with Ant-Man in Captain America: Civil War. When the teacher asks if he is paying attention, you can see pictures above the whiteboard of famous scientists. Among them on the far right is none other than Bruce Banner. Did you happen to notice it? Another little treasure is when Peter is making his way through the hallway passing by a bunch of students. If you look in the background, you can see a mural painted on the wall. Look close enough and one of the men painted is a young Howard Stark, Tony Stark's father. Pretty cool, right? Did you have the eagle eye to spot it when you saw the trailer? If not, now you know about it. Black Panther. We caught a little bit of screen time from Black Panther in Captain America: Civil War. His standalone movie is set to release February 16th, 2018. If you didn't already know, the Black Panther's real name is T'Challa. He is now king of the fictional technologically advanced African nation of Wakanda after his father's death in Civil War. If you've seen the trailer and missed the Easter eggs, we'll fill you in. You can see Black Panther exiting a bigger ship than the one he used in Civil War, and it is possible that it is his Royal Talon Fighter, his personal shuttle. We also see T'Challa entering what is called Warrior Falls with his fellow countrymen looking down upon him. This is where he will be coronated as the new king of Wakanda. We can also see Zuri, played by Forrest Whitaker. Zuri is described as a shaman and trusted advisor of T'Challa. Also shown is Okoye, standing next to Black Panther while Everett Rose is interrogating Klaw. Okoye is a leading member of Black Panther's all-female guard. They were also glimpsed in Captain America: Civil War. Are you excited to see the new Black Panther movie?
No honor among thieves, eh?
Justice League. How do you all feel about the new Justice League movie after the release of Batman v Superman with Ben Affleck and the standalone Wonder Woman movie? From all of the trailers that have been released, it looks like we could be in for a treat. Usually, superhero movies are kept secret, but Warner Brothers has been extremely generous, giving us a lot of sneak peeks with posters and numerous trailers. There have been rumors that Superman may don his black resurrection suit in Justice League. It is slightly hinted at in the new trailer released at the SDCC, released at San Diego Comic-Con. In one of the first shots passing over London's skyline, hanging beneath the Tower Bridge is a tribute to Superman. His black S is made of silver against a black backdrop. It is not confirmed, but a cool Easter egg to consider. One of the biggest Easter eggs released in the trailer was the slight mention of Green Lantern. If you noticed, Steppenwolf arrived on Earth and realized there was no one protecting Sector 2814 and says, "No lanterns, no Kryptonian. This world will fall." A lot of questions arise, but we are given few clues. Were you keen enough to spot these? Thor Ragnarok. We may be in for another great ride when Thor Ragnarok hits theaters November 3rd, 2017. It looks like a film straight out of the 80s, from the music to how the title looks and all of the vibrant colors. If any of you have seen the new trailer and have a keen eye, you may have seen an Easter egg or two. In the first seconds of the trailer, a spaceship soars over a coliseum on Sakaar toward an enormous totem-like tower engraved from stone with what looks to be a few of the planet's champions from the arena. At the top of the totem appears to be the head of Marvel Comics' swamp monster, Man-Thing. If you then look below to the left, you will see what looks to be like the head of Beta Ray Bill, the horse-faced alien who was deemed worthy of wielding Mjolnir, Thor's trusty hammer. Beside Beta Ray Bill seems to be Marvel's version of Ares, the Greek god of war and longtime enemy of Thor. It is a little harder to see the faces below Ares, but one appears to be Bi-Beast, and beside him looks to be the Hulk, although it's hard to tell. Now, these carved heads can be completely random gladiators, or director Taika Waititi is hinting about them possibly appearing in the film. Well, what did you think of this list we compiled for you? Did you notice any or all of these Easter eggs? In case you've been eagerly awaiting, the answer to the movie emoji is... well, did you get it right? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to see other great videos from our channel, then check out our playlist. Thanks for watching.